Have you ever seen anyone enter the police station to steal? However, Miles did it for his own reasons. 2 years ago, when Miles stole this diamond, he was surrounded by the police outside. After that, he hurriedly jumped to the building that was under construction next to it, and got into the ventilation pipe. Miles used tape to fix the diamond in it. Before he was taken away by the police, he remembered the location of that ventilation pipe. It was located on the 3rd floor north. 2 years later, Miles was released from prison. He was overjoyed. But when going to that building, he couldn't smile anymore. There was a long line of police cars lying outside. It turned out that building after completion became a police department. Miles stepped inside and thought of a way to get to the ventilation duct on the 3rd floor. Seeing the camera, according to his professional instinct, he reflexively lowered his head to dodge. Suddenly Miles saw a shipper. Miles was smiling. After that, he pretended to be a shipper and delivered pizza to the police station. But the policeman standing outside said, "The one who can step up to the 3rd floor. That person must have a police badge or must be handcuffed." But Miles was afraid of being handcuffed. Therefore, Miles thought of a way to steal a police badge. After that, he ran over to approach a nearby police officer. "Give you this pizza," Miles said. He then quickly left. He also had a police badge in his hand. Miles went to find a skilled boss. He could do anything including a police badge or a police card. The next day, Miles put on a polite suit and entered the police department to take office. He easily got to the position he wanted. But unexpectedly, that place was a female toilet. "Is anyone there?" Then he climbed up to the mouth of the ventilation duct. But suddenly, Miles encountered a prisoner who was about to escape. Seeing that, Miles got scared and sat down. Miles thought maybe the police came to arrest him. After that, Miles kicked hard at the door. This caused the prisoner to fall to the ground. At this time, the real police just appeared. When the superior saw the ventilation door open, Miles immediately explained, "Just now, that prisoner was going to run away that way. I controlled and caught him." "But who are you?" the superior asked. "I'm the new police officer sent here," Miles said. "I have a police badge here." At this time, this policewoman also stepped forward and said, "But this is a female toilet." After that, everyone shyly left there. After a while, Miles gave his recommendation and his resume full of achievements to his superior. He was extremely pleased and promoted Miles. "Let's go with Carlson to carry out the mission." But at this moment, Miles could only think of the diamond lying in these ventilation pipes. But he was still dragged to investigate and solve the case. Unexpectedly, his petty stealing skills were also useful. The man who was robbed said, "The thief probably snuck in from this window." However, Miles didn't think so. "No, because if I were a thief, I would never use such a complicated way. If I did that, it would be very easy for the police to find out. Moreover, no one wants to steal this wheel. Because when taking it to the market to sell, it doesn't make much money. Wait, your car outside must have something in it." So Miles quickly walked over there and easily unlocked it. When opening the door, the stolen wheel was indeed inside. It turned out this man was lying. When Carlson was about to write the name of that man, but Miles stopped him. Then Miles pulled the man aside. "Do you see the heel of this shoe? Next time, if you do it again, it will be imprinted on your face." The man was so scared and asked for forgiveness. Miles told Carlson, "Be a police officer, don't be so rigid. You must know how to release small prey to catch large prey." "I get it," Carlson said. "You're pretty good too." Then Carlson gave the car keys to Miles. After that, Carlson was very afraid of Miles's driving skills. At this moment, there was a robber pointing a gun at the grocery store owner. But unexpectedly, the shop owner was even more formidable. He pulled out a shotgun and fired continuously. Miles was also in the store at this time. It was time for Miles to act. "Put down the gun, I'm a policeman." The robber then slowly took off his mask. Miles was startled because this person was his old friend. When Carlson was about to go in and catch the robber, Miles quickly helped the robber run away. However, the police had surrounded this place. The robber immediately hid behind a trash can. He would rather die than be caught by the police. At this time, Miles appeared. He approached the robber and told him, "Let me catch you. Tomorrow, you will have $10,000 in your account." "No, I want more," said the robber. "$20,000, okay?" Miles said. The robber also agreed. So Miles quickly grabbed the gun and caught the robber. Seeing that, the police outside were bewildered. When returning to the police station, the superior immediately made Miles the team leader. But Miles was extremely shy because he was actually a fake cop. Miles's purpose of coming here was to get the diamond hidden in this building. But when he crawled up there, he discovered the diamond was gone. Miles was extremely confused. He hurriedly ran to the other side of the ventilation duct. It turned out it had a water leak, so the diamond was washed away. After that, Miles came up with a way. He put a remote control car in the pipe and put a camera on the front of the car. Then he put on his glasses and controlled the car to go through the pipes, and he accidentally entered the conference room. At this moment, the atmosphere suddenly became very tense. Miles immediately took off his glasses and greeted everyone, and also showed off some martial arts moves to show everyone that his position as team leader was already quite important. Someone asked him, "What will you do to lead us?" "So what do you think I should do?" Miles asked. "It's good to leave work on time," said one policeman. Miles said, "That's not enough, I think the lunch break should be extended by an hour." Hearing that, everyone clapped loudly, and the superior also nodded in approval. Indeed, policies also needed to be loosened. After that, Miles went into the office to continue looking for the diamond. Miles turned on the phone flash. He finally found it. But at this moment, Carlson came in. It turned out Carlson searched the system, but he couldn't find Miles's police number. Miles quickly pulled Carlson to a corner. "Actually, I came here to investigate corruption." Hearing that, Carlson was extremely surprised. So Miles also successfully tricked Carlson. Then he continued looking for the diamond. This time, Miles finally found the location of the diamond. That was the document room. However, at this time, there was a new case that needed to be handled by Miles. This time, Miles was in charge of catching drug dealers. The target was the container truck in front of him. Miles and his colleagues got out of the car. When opening the trunk, Carlson controlled the two people inside. When the driver was about to run away, under the orders of the sheriff, Miles only had to give chase. However, with 2 years in prison, Miles's body seemed to have weakened a lot. After running for a while, Miles was very tired. Miles accidentally saw a girl taking a bath. "Don't be afraid, I'm a policeman." Unexpectedly after that, the driver slipped and fell. The police caught a group of drug dealers, and Miles was honored again. Fortunately, Miles was able to use an excuse to check the evidence, and went into that document room. He touched around the pipe and finally found the diamond. Miles was very happy and kissed the diamond. After many hard days, Miles finally got the diamond. But at this moment, the sheriff entered into. Miles was startled. So the diamond fell on the opium, and he couldn't get it. And this opium would be brought out as bait to catch the drug boss. Miles wanted to get the diamond, but he didn't want the sheriff to know it either, because his purpose of coming here was to get the diamond. With no other choice, Miles could only watch the diamond being taken away. And he could only suggest, "I will go there to investigate and monitor." Hearing that, the superior greatly applauded Miles's actions. "Since you came here, you've completed a lot of big cases." However, no one knew that Miles was a thief, but pretended to be a policeman. At this time, Miles had to pretend to be a drug dealer again. His superior told him, "You must try to play the role of a criminal. Otherwise it will be difficult to keep alive." "This is originally my job," Miles said. What he meant was, "Shut up, FBI." "Yes, that's right," the superior nodded in agreement. "That damn white guy," Miles continued to say. "That's enough." The superior seemed angry. When arriving at the transaction location, Miles sneaked into the trunk of the car to find the diamond. Miles was overjoyed because he finally got the diamond. But at that time, Deacon rushed in. This guy was extremely mean. He used to be Miles's thief accomplice. But because Deacon wanted to monopolize the diamond, he killed his accomplice. At this moment, Deacon was pointing a gun at Miles again, and wanted to take the diamond. Suddenly the roof of the truck was sucked tightly. The whole trunk was lifted and slowly moved forward. After the trunk was lowered, the truck door was open. It turned out to be the drug lord. He came to receive the goods. This drug lord had very sharp eyes. He said that Miles looked like a criminal and a cop at the same time. Then he took out the gun, loaded the ammo, and told Miles to shoot Deacon to prove that he wasn't a cop. Hearing that, Miles didn't hesitate. "Too simple," Miles said. However, the drug lord was still not satisfied. "Shoot him in the head. One more time." This time, Miles hesitated and didn't dare to take action. Fortunately, at this time the police had arrived. Seeing that, the criminals tried to run away. So a terrible gunfight happened. However, Miles didn't care about those things. He grabbed Deacon. "Give me back the diamond." But Miles discovered there was a criminal ambushing. "Carlson is in danger," Miles said. Miles had to put aside getting the diamond back, and ran to save Carlson, and then they successfully counterattacked. "Very good," Miles said. At this time, Deacon drove away. Seeing that, Miles immediately jumped into the trunk of the truck. But unexpectedly, Deacon drove to Mexico, and the border police had spread a lot of nails. So the tire blew up, and the truck lost completely control. But Deacon still refused to get out of the truck. Because of that, Miles was only able to jump out of the truck, and rolled many times on the ground. Meanwhile, Deacon had safely crossed the US border. The police also chased here. The sheriff said to Miles, "We can't chase after him anymore. Because by law, they couldn't go in and arrest people in Mexico." Miles said, "What's the law?" After that, Miles got into the police car and drove across the border to Mexico. After catching up with Deacon, he was about to open fire. But he had only one bullet left. But Miles wasn't too worried because he still had the smoke cannon. Miles shot them inside Deacon's truck. The smoke filled the truck. Deacon almost died of smoke inhalation. Miles drove up to block the front of the truck fell down. Deacon slowly crawled out of the truck and confronted Miles. Miles said, "The Mexican police have arrived, and the US police are also near here. Quickly give me the diamond. I will help you reduce the crime." While Deacon was still hesitating, Miles quickly knocked him down, and then handed Deacon over to the Mexican police. When Miles turned to leave, Deacon was about to counterattack, but Miles already guessed this. Although Miles was originally just a thief, he handled the case excellently. After completing this case, Carlson said to Miles, "Actually, I've known your true identity for a long time. You are the diamond thief." Hearing that, Miles could only laugh. "I didn't expect everything to be revealed so quickly." But Carlson said, "Unfortunately, I couldn't catch you. Because the two of us are on two sides of two different countries." Carlson was standing in America, while Miles was standing in Mexico. According to the law, they couldn't cross the border to arrest people. Hearing that, Miles expressed his joy. "I love the laws." Miles and Carlson were going to hug each other, but they couldn't. So they just had to shake hands. Although they were different in terms of race and status. But they had a close relationship. After Miles said goodbye to his superior and Carlson, he took the diamond to go to Mexico and have a great meal.